Chapter 13, Long-Term Observation Target Number 37. Zhu Tui was rather carefree in the building of the Special Intelligence Division. No one bothered Zhu Hu after he got his statement taken as a formality. They got Zhu Tui to wait in the building. The nervousness he felt when he just arrived at the notorious and reputable Special Intelligence Division was also gone. There was only a cup of tea in front of him. There weren't even sunflower seeds. The workers here were bustling around. However, the expressions of the two special agents who had brought Zhu Tui in just now worsened every time they came out of the interrogation room further away. They had obtained a result after they interrogated the middle-aged man using technological means and unique drugs. The man's name was Ma Zuhu. He was a Level E member of the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization. He was not a low-ranking Level F member and had a decent value. His nickname was Autumn Pants. The two special agents could be said to have made a contribution. However, they would rather not have these kinds of contributions. They did not even realize that the high school student that they were following had discovered their identities. They also foiled the mission. The two of them would be called idiots and useless for a long time to come. The outcome was clear. The alert third-year student discovered a member of the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization and had passionately taken action. The student then worked with the special agents of the Special Intelligence Division, who had long been keeping an eye on the member of the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization to capture the member of the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization alive. That was the official explanation that would be published to the public. All's well that ends well internally. The loose ends that followed the failure of an important mission were not something the special agents could deal with themselves. They had to wait for their superior. Their superior was Special Intelligence Division Captain Zhou Sheng. Zhou Sheng had rushed over to the Special Intelligence Division building some 40 minutes after Zhu Tui arrived. He flipped through the case file and greeted Zhu Tui. "What you did today was very brave. You have both brain and brawn. Work hard after you enter the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. Don't embarrass the Jincheng Prefecture." Zhou Sheng was still rather frustrated that he was reprimanded by Colonel Liu Tianhu. However, Zhou Sheng would not have been able to assume the position as the division captain of the Jincheng Special Intelligence Division if he could not control his emotions. From the rational perspective, Zhu Tui had done rather well throughout the incident. He had great potential. Even though he had caused the bait plan of the military, the police, and the Special Intelligence Division to fail, there were no mistakes to pick it from Zhu Tui's perspective. Zhou Sheng could give Zhu Tui the credit. Also, according to the rules of citizen contribution set by the Blue Star Genetic Committee and the Wuxia Genetic Committee, you would receive 6 contribution points for your assistance in capturing a member of the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization. Even though it would not increase your citizen rights to level E, 6 contribution points are rather decent. 6 points. Zhu Tui was very surprised. The Special Intelligence Division was not mistreating him. Under normal circumstances, a level E member of the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization was only worth 10 contribution points. He had received the bulk of the contribution points. Yes, 6 points. Other than that, there is also a cash reward of $50,000. It has been submitted for approval today and should be sent to your personal account in 1 to 2 days. Zhu Tui became even happier. $50,000 was not a small sum. After all, Zhu Jiangguo only earned a little more than $5,000 a month. Also, don't reveal or publicize today's incident to the public for the time being. There's a confidentiality agreement. Sign it. Can't I tell Miparents? Zhaoxing was speechless. Zhu Tui had too many questions. You can tell them after you receive your cash reward. Understood? Then head over there to sign the confidentiality agreement. You can leave after that. Zhou Sheng turned to leave after he spoke. He did not come in a hurry to send Zhu Tui off. Instead, he wanted to see if there was a possibility of salvaging or continuing with the plan. However, after he saw the case file, the man they captured was a level E member of the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization. He was even a member who specialized in tracking. There was no salvaging the plan. Unless they could get this member of the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization to defect within a short time, it was rather impossible. There were quite a number of people who witnessed the scene. There was also quite a large crowd near the Maglev bus station. They could not forbid them from posting it on social media. Basically, they had already alerted the enemy. Following this, they would have to modify most of the action plans that they had come up with previously. Division Captain Zhou, are you going to continue using me as bait? Zhu Tui suddenly asked when he saw Zhou Sheng leaving. Zhou Sheng suddenly stopped in his tracks. He turned around. Zhou Sheng saw anger and fury in the teen's eyes. Why do you say that? My teacher said that the two special agents were there to protect me. However, the same special agents did not help me eliminate the threat. All they did was follow me. In the movies and novels, aren't they supposed to protect the bait? Zhu Tui asked seriously. Zhou Sheng knitted his brows. He finally understood the situation. The problem had occurred here, and Zhao Xu's message, which was vetted by them, had been tampered with. However, it was done in an intelligent manner. It was mainly because the teen in front of him was very sharp. So that is the case. Actually, you can't say it like that. We were merely taking advantage of the situation, Zhou Sheng began to explain. Every year, geniuses from various prefectures who have unlocked a relatively higher number of genetic base points would become the targets of the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization. We would usually take advantage of the situation to eliminate a larger number of threats. We've also sent special agents to protect Tong Qi, who activated 16 genetic base points, Gong Ling, who activated 15 genetic base points, and the rest of the more talented students. However, they are not as sharp as you and have not noticed their protectors as of now. Zhou Sheng emphasized the word protect. He was more expressive when he said that word. That's right, your protection would continue. Zhou Sheng quickly walked into the depressing Special Intelligence Division building after he finished speaking. They all had this kind of special protection? Zhu Tun had been rather unhappy and angry when he realized that he had become bait. He was a hot-blooded 18-year-old who wanted to serve the nation, yet the nation had regarded him as bait. Was that a joke? Evan's contribution points and cash reward that Zhou Sheng mentioned just now had not quelled the dissatisfaction and fury in his heart. However, the answer Zhou Sheng had given him did manage to largely suppress the dissatisfaction and anger in his heart. Professor An, I applied for the Mystery Branch's School of Enlightened Mind in the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. I would become your student, right? Zhu Tui once again sent a message to Zhao Saxui along the way home. Probably. I have a question. The division captain of the Special Intelligence Division said that they were merely taking advantage of the situation by using me as bait. They said that the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization would take action against students who activated a relatively higher number of genetic base points every year. Is that true? Yes, you can check through the news regarding the annual genetic exams yourself. The anger in Zhu Tui's heart subsided when he saw Zhao Xu's reply. On the other side, Zhao Saxui looked at her communication device with a complicated expression. The answer she gave Zhu Tui was true. What Zhou Sheng said was also true. However, there were different extents of taking advantage of the situation. Were they mainly focused on protecting the student or attracting the target? The Special Intelligence Division was rather far away from Zhu Tui's house. Zhu Tui was deep in thought while he was on the maglev bus on his way home. Special Intelligence Division Captain Zhou Sheng told him that the protection would continue. They should really be protecting him to prevent any acts of vengeance and whatnot. After the incident today, Zhu Tui should have lost all value as bait. Zhu Tui required these kinds of protection. Now that Zhu Tui had reflected on how he had taken down a trader at the bubble tea store today, he realized just how dangerous the situation had been. He had been rather lucky during today's incident. Both the special agents from the Special Intelligence Division, as well as the person codenamed Autumn Pants from the Dawn Salvation Trader Organization, had taken Zhu Tui rather lightly. They must have been following Zhu Tui with a belittling attitude. That gave Zhu Tui an opportunity that he could exploit. If any of his stalkers, especially Autumn Pants, had been more cautious, the outcome today would have been much harder to predict. At that thought, Zhu Tui suddenly had an intense desire: get stronger. He had to get stronger. He had to get stronger quickly. When he returned home, Zhu Tui glossed through the question when his parents asked why he got home so late. He had largely mastered this skill when he battled his parents with wit and bravery during his early years of high school. He had wanted to catch up on television programs and web novels back then. Zhu Tui returned to his room soon after he finished his meal. He desperately wanted to know the results of his reckless actions yesterday, especially since he currently had an intense desire to get stronger. Modern society had already entered the information age 100 years ago, much less now, when they were in the great genetic era of the 22nd century. Informatization had been done to the extreme, but it had also become more regulated. The chief clerk of the Special Intelligence Division had just finished screening through all of the records they made today. The information that he had screened through would be sent into various information vaults. Any department or person who had the relevant authority could read through these pieces of information. There's more and more information. I'm working overtime every day. FCAC. Amidst this grumbling, the chief clerk, who had just finished his duties, got off work. Not long after he left, in a mysterious hall, an originally pitch-black screen suddenly lit up. A string of symbols appeared on the screen. Overall observation detected abnormal activity from long-term observation target number 37. The condition for further follow-up has been met. Please come up with an action plan for further follow-up. Overall observation detected abnormal activity from long-term observation target number 37. The condition for further follow-up has been met. Please come up with an action plan for further follow-up. There has been no response for a long time. The situation will be dealt with a prior defined plan. There are a total of 7 action plans that fit the current situation. Priority selection of action plan number 1. Summary of action plan: continue overall observation. Action plan in progress.